Today, I'm at Manhattan Motor Cars in New York City to check out not one, but two brand new Koenigsegg's, the Gemera and the Jesko Absolut. Let's first take a look at the Koenigsegg Gemera, the world's first 4-seat megacar. What constitutes a megacar is that it has 1 megawatt of power, that's equivalent to 1,360 horsepower, and the Gemera has 1,677 horsepower. It's a plug-in hybrid grand tourer with 3 electric motors, 4 seats, and 8 cup holders. Koenigsegg's products are known for having high horsepower, twin supercharged or twin turbocharged V8s, but that's not the case with the Gemera. This 4-seater is powered by a sequentially turbocharged 2-liter inline 3 engine, which Koenigsegg nicknamed the Tiny Friendly Giant. It makes 592 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque and works in conjunction with 3 electric motors and Koenigsegg's single-speed direct drive transmission. Together, these motors make 1,677 horsepower and 2,581 pound-feet of torque. Even though the engine is tiny, it's a marvel of engineering. It uses Koenigsegg's free valve train, so in place of camshafts, the intake and exhaust valves are actuated by solenoids. Koenigsegg claims a 20% improvement in efficiency over a standard 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. The Gemera is Koenigsegg's first all-wheel drive model, and it also has all-wheel steering and torque vectoring. A 395 horsepower electric motor on the crankshaft powers the front wheels, and there's 2 other electric motors powering each rear wheel. On electrons alone, the Gemera is capable of 31 miles of range and a top speed of 186 miles per hour before that 3-cylinder engine spins to life. The Gemera has insane performance. It can sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 1.9 seconds, all the way up to a top speed of 248 miles per hour. This car will be as loud as it is quick, since it's equipped with a titanium exhaust from Akrapovic. Like other Koenigseggs, the Gemera's chassis consists of a carbon fiber tub and aluminum substructures. Its ride height is electronically adjustable, and the center-lock carbon fiber wheels are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, and they're 21 inches in the front and 22 inches in the rear. Just take a look at these stunning center-lock carbon fiber wheels. Although the Gemera seats 4 people, it only has 2 doors, but they're huge and they open upward, as you can see. The correct name for these doors is automated twisted synchrohelix actuation doors. The doors are so big that you don't need to move the front seats once they're opened. There's a lot of cool features on the exterior, like the rear view cameras that replace the side mirrors. You've also got air vents incorporated into the headlights, the taillights, and a top-mounted titanium exhaust. The body of this car lacks B-pillars, which gives it a fascinating and sleek look. There's visible carbon fiber all around this car, like at the front splitter here. It's also on the side splitters here. And there's tons of visible carbon fiber at the back of the car. The Gemera has a curb weight of 4,382 pounds. It's 16.32 feet long, 4.25 feet tall, and you have the option of getting a roof box on it. It has 3 traction control settings: wet, normal, and track. Only 300 will be made, and it has a starting price around $1.7 million. Now let's take a look at this incredible interior. You've got 4 seats with carbon fiber shells, and you can see the carbon fiber Look how glorious that is. You can even see the carbon fiber tub right here, and it says Gemera. To keep the car pretty light, they just kept the carbon fiber shells and put pads on top of them for cushioning. So you've got these yellow pads up here and then some black pads down here. The interior has a mix of leather and Alcantara, and this specific example has the Swedish flag on all 4 seats. One of the best features about this car, considering it is a mega grand tourer and people will be hauling their families in this car, is that it has 8 cup holders. Yes, 8. You've got 4 back here and 4 up here. So each passenger gets 2 cup holders. One of them is hot and the other one is cold. The Gemera has 2 huge central touch screens spanning 13 inches. You've got one in the back here and another one up front. There's a gauge cluster screen attached to the steering wheel that moves with the wheel. And it also has haptic touchscreen buttons on each spoke. You've also got 2 other screens, one here and one there for the side and rear view cameras. There's wireless charging for all passengers, onboard Wi-Fi, 3 climate zones, and 4 reading lights. You can see one of the reading lights right there. You've also got this huge glass panel that hovers above all 4 seats that lets natural light flood into the cabin. I couldn't help but notice how intricate and complex the mechanics for the doors look. And I can't forget to mention the floating and rotating dash camera on the dashboard. Even though this is an extreme mega car, the cabin is spacious and practical. This is a true 4-seater where the rear and front seats are equally celebrated and comfortable. You can fit 3 pieces of luggage in this trunk. Christian, Haldora, so the company's founder and his wife, and then you can fit a 4th piece of luggage in the front. Take a look at that engine. The Gemera is a revolutionary car that's been years in the making, and since you can share this car with friends and family, I'm a very big fan of it, but I want to know what you guys think of it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Or are you indifferent towards the Koenigsegg Gemera? So we checked out the Gemera. Now let's take a look at the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut. This street-legal hypercar pumps out 1,600 horsepower and pairs extreme power with aerodynamics for maximum top speed. It's the fastest Koenigsegg ever made, and the company will never endeavor to make a faster series production road car ever. Customers will be able to choose between the Jesko Absolut and the more track-oriented Yesco version. Chances are it'll be the fastest production car of all time. Not only is it fast, but it's also been engineered to handle the track in ways the regular Yesco doesn't. Although it looks a lot like the Yesco, there's actually many differences, starting with the pair of fins at the back here. So these are exclusive to the Jesko Absolut version. They replaced the Yesco's large rear spoiler and were inspired by the F-15 fighter jet. These fins were designed to clean up airflow over the rear end in order to provide greater stabilization at higher speeds. Drag will also be reduced. More differences include the extended rear hood, the covered rear wheels, and the lowered ride height. The air duct on the front hood is also closed in order to further reduce drag and downforce. There's also a removable roof panel that can be stored in the front trunk. With a top speed north of 300 miles per hour, the Jesko Absolut is all about speed. It's Koenigsegg's answer to the 304 mile per hour Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. Koenigsegg will price this car higher than the more track-focused version because of the increased investment it took to get the drag coefficient so low and the expected expected cost of high-speed testing. The aero revisions are the result of thousands of hours of computer design and simulation, which smooths the Jesko's lines to achieve the Absolut's 0.278 drag coefficient. For comparison, the Bugatti Chiron, which is a car as excellent as the Jesko Absolut, has a drag coefficient of 0.36 when it's placed in top speed mode. The name Yesco is a tribute to the company founder's father, Yesco von Koenigsegg. Whereas the Gemera starts at $1.7 million, the Jesko Absolut starts around $2.8 million. It weighs 3,064 pounds, and its maximum downforce was reduced to just 330 pounds. Because this car has to combat less downforce, its suspension is softer than the regular Yeskos, and as a result, that frees up room in the front to stow the roof panel, which wasn't possible in the Yesco. Incidentally, this makes this car a bit more streetable, as the company says, and it's still plenty of fun on the track. Because it has less downforce, there's clearly a smaller cornering envelope, but that's not really the point. It has the same powertrain as in the regular Yesco, and that's a 5-liter twin-turbocharged V8 that produces 1,600 horsepower, and that's rated on E85. With regular pump gas, that horsepower amount drops to 1,280 horses and 1,106 pound-feet of torque. Since I've already seen the regular Yesco in person, I was very excited to see this version. I must say, it's a very gorgeous car. I love the sleek lines, and you can really see the aerodynamics, especially at the back. Just look at how stunning this rear end is. I love the look of this rear diffuser, which again reduces drag and reduces downforce. It says Absolute right there. You've got these futuristic looking taillights and these sweeping lines at the back of the car that are just so stunning to look at. Now, I'm a huge fan of track-focused hypercars, but I think the Jesko Absolut has won me over. Just like the Gemera, this car has center-locking carbon fiber wheels that are a real sight to behold. Let me know in the comments which car you guys prefer, the Jesko Absolut or the Gemera. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.